Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Baxter Student Ambassador Program webinar. Presenting for us this time is Larissa Machulec of Humber College. Hi, Larissa, are you there?
Hello?
Hi, we can hear you.
Perfect.
Great, so I'd just like to remind everyone before we begin that if they have any questions, you can either type them into the chat box or the Q&A box, and they will be answered after the presentation is finished. Okay, Larissa, so if you're ready, you can go ahead and share your screen and begin.
Perfect. So hello, everyone, and thank you for taking time out of your day for this presentation. My name is Larissa Machulec. Before we get started, I would like to do a bit of an intro of myself. I'm a graduating tourism management student here at Humber College. My favorite classes throughout my program have been niche tourism, which opened my mind to the different forms of tourism, sustainable tourism, where I've become aware of the effect tourism has on the triple bottom line. I've also gained a year's experience of GDS Galileo, and I'm doing a Sabre conversion course here at Humber College. But I think one of my favorite computer reservation systems has been RevNet, which I have the pleasure of learning from Liz Stevenson. I really appreciated the fact that not only is Transat user-friendly at the front end of the customers, but it's also user-friendly for the employees at the back end. I currently work part-time at a tour operator called EduTravel Inc. We offer Canadian students with the opportunity to enrich their learning experience by providing trips where they can gain a credit towards their high school education. As the international trip coordinator, I deal with destinations such as France, Italy, Fiji, Dominican Republic, California, and anywhere else the students want to go. I've also worked on London itineraries. So I've broken down today's presentation into a pie chart to show you how much I will be spending on each topic. I will be starting off with London. Well, I'll be taking you around London, showing you where to stay, how to get around, and some must-see sites. I'll then tell you about the advantages of traveling with Transat, including the booking process. This will be followed by some reasons why I make an excellent Baxter Student Ambassador, and we will then finish off with any questions you may have for me. So London is a classic must-see destination. There's something for everyone. There are museums and monuments for the history buffs, attractions and entertainment for the culture seekers, shopping for the fashionistas, royalty for the royal family fans, and all this can be done by foot, bike, bus, public transportation, and even by boat. While great for first-time travelers, there's more than just tea, royalty, and Trafalgar Square for those return visitors as well. So let's see what London is all about. So London is the ideal destination for Canadian travelers for traveling for their first time to Europe, or anywhere for that matter, as English is the official language. You may find it to be a little different than Canadian English, but that's a part of the United Kingdom experience. London is 5 hours ahead of Toronto at GMT +1. Motorists drive on the left-hand side of the road, so this is important to keep in mind when crossing the road, cycling, or if you're considering renting a car in London. Also, don't forget to bring your converters and adapters, as the voltage in the UK is 240, and they use 3-pin plugs. There are 5 airports servicing London. They have the Heathrow Airport in West London, Gatwick Airport south of London, London Stansted Airport northeast of London, London Luton Airport northwest of London, and the London City Airport located in the Royal Docks. Heathrow and Gatwick are the most commonly used airports for international travelers. The local currency is the Great British Pound. Major credit cards are accepted everywhere and ATMs are widespread. If you're looking to exchange money, I recommend you withdraw money from your bank card at an ATM or exchange your money at a post office, as they do not charge commission. It's also a good idea to get used to what the local currency looks like before traveling. You won't have to worry about holding up the line when you buy something because you won't be fumbling around trying to figure out what's what. Here's also the current exchange rate, and as you can see, it's not the greatest time to be Canadian, but no need to worry. We can provide you with an experience to remember, all within your budget. Canadian citizens require passports valid 6 months post-departure to enter the United Kingdom, and do not require a visa for stays up to 6 months. Other nationalities do require a tourist visa, and more information can be found on your respective country's government travel website. Here is a graph of the average temperature in London throughout the year. While the summer months of July and August offer the best weather, they have longer days and lots of festivals, they are peak season months, and you'll find yourself surrounded by crowds of tourists. I recommend you travel during the spring months of April, May, and June, or the autumn months of September and October. While the weather is cooler, these months are shoulder season and are a good time to avoid the crowds. I wouldn't recommend going in the winter unless you're looking for real quiet and don't mind the cold weather. So we operate flights to London year-round, so we're ready whenever you are. We only fly into Gatwick, but this enables us to offer you the lowest fares. The flight time is 7 hours on average. And when planning your trip with us, you can refer to your flight schedule, which allows you to check what time our flights go out every day for up to 15 months in advance. You're welcome to check this out through the link below. And I've also included our flight fare schedule, which you can see the lowest fares we offer to London from this month up until March 2017. And now for some trivia for you to share with your traveling companion or a fellow passenger on your way to London. A lot of people will look at the picture on the top left here and say that this is the Big Ben, but did you know that that's not actually what this is called? The Big Ben actually refers to the bell inside the tower, and the tower itself is called Elizabeth. You'll see a lot of these driving around in London, the black cabs, but did you know that the London black cab drivers need to pass a test called the Knowledge, where they have to master 320 basic routes, including 25,000 streets and 20,000 landmarks and points of interest within a 6-mile radius of the Charing Cross. It takes about 2 to 4 years on average to fully master this. Also, with the name of the London Underground, you think that majority of it would be underground, when in fact 55% of the London Underground is actually above ground. So you've arrived in London and now you need a place to stay. You can find a variety of hotels ranging from 3 stars to 4.5 stars on our website. The Bedford Hotel offers good quality accommodation and it's centrally located right next to Oxford Street. Now that you're ready to explore, you can take the public transportation with your pre-ordered Oyster Visitor card or buy an Oyster card at the station. You can also do the double-decker buses for hop-on, hop-off. You can take advantage of the bike share, which is nicknamed the Bourse Bikes after the mayor of London when the scheme was launched. Or you could also do walking, which is an excellent option as most of the attractions are pretty close to each other, and it's the best way to soak in London. As for driving, if you're one of these drivers that would be uncomfortable driving on the other side of the car, on the other side of the road, I would recommend you do one of the options I have suggested. London also has a variety of accessible transportation options. The black cabs, buses, and subways have ramps and accessible platforms. I've included links for more information for anyone interested. Now that you're all set, here are some things that you should see. We have the Elizabeth Tower, the London Eye, which offers panoramic views of London and gives you 30 minutes to soak it in. We have Trafalgar Square, which is home to Nelson's Column, the Stone Lions, and pigeons and tourists galore. We also have the Tower Bridge, which is a suspension bridge over the River Thames. Buckingham Palace is the home of the United Kingdom monarchy. A lot of people go to watch the changing of the guards, but the thing that everyone wants to know is the Queen in? So if you see the flag here on the bottom right, this is the royal standard and it means that Her Majesty is home. If you see the Union flag, which is the flag on the bottom left, that means that she is not. So keep an eye out for that the next time you're there. The British Museum is the home to a vast collection of world art and artifacts, and it's free to all visitors. The National Gallery has one of the greatest collections of paintings in the world. National History displays a lot of cool specimens from different times of natural history. And the Tate Modern shows the UK's modern collection of modern and contemporary art from the 1900s up until the present day. We also have the St. Paul's Cathedral, which is a very beautiful Anglican cathedral. Then make sure to check out the Whispering Gallery during your visit. The Shard is a 95-story skyscraper, which is just a few meters shorter than the Eiffel Tower. And Piccadilly Circus is a great square for people watching, and it's also very well known for that advertising display. Majority of these attractions are actually close in proximity, and Transat offers a few ways for you to experience all of these. We have the London in One Day tour and the Hop On, Hop Off. So depending on your ways of traveling, I would recommend that you do one of these tours, especially doing them on the first day because it's really important to get oriented, and so you get a good idea of which places you want to revisit. So on to shopping. Bond Street is the 4th most expensive shopping street in the world. Harrods is an upmarket department store. Oxford Street is Europe's busiest shopping street with around 500,000 daily visitors, and it's also home to Topshop's flagship store for anyone interested. Covent Garden is also a well-known shopping district, and for any of those avid readers out there, Foyle's flagship has over 20,000 titles for you to read. For anyone interested in the thrift shopping, you can check out the Experience Transat blog for a London thrift shopping guide. For those looking for a more local experience, London has over 20 markets for you to explore. The Borough Market is a wholesale fruit and vegetable market. The Camden Market is London's most popular open-air market with hundreds of stalls. The Old Spitalfields Market is a covered market which has been in the same spot for, I believe, 350 years. And the Columbian Road Flower Market is open on Sundays during the day, whatever the weather. London also has lots of pockets of nature for you to escape from the hustle and bustle. There's the Regent's Park, which has Primrose Hill, offering a picturesque view of London's skyline. We also have St. James Park, where you can watch pelicans being fed every day at 2:30 p.m. Hyde Park, which is one of the royal parks, as well as one of the largest parks in London, as well as Postman's Park, which isn't very well known, but it contains 54 memorial tablets, and it's in commemoration of 62 individuals who have lost their lives in attempts of saving another being. For those sports fans, London is home to the Arsenal's and Chelsea FC teams, as well as the world's famous Lord's Cricket Club. If you don't get a chance to see a game, you can always do a tour of one of the stadiums. How about for those who've already been to London and maybe want to see another side of it? So lots of people visit London for Harry Potter, and we have a full half-day tour with a walking tour and a behind-the-scenes look at Harry Potter at the Warner Brothers Studios. For anyone interested in the rock and roll and entertainment side, we have a tour of sites connected to the Beatles, Queen, the Rolling Stones, and more. If you're looking for an adventure outside of London, we have multiple day trip excursions. We offer must-see sites such as the medieval Warwick Castle, Shakespeare's birthplace in Stratford-upon-Avon, the beautiful gardens of Buckingham Palace, the iconic Stonehenge, and the Roman city of Bath, which is famous for its preserved Roman baths. So after all this exploring, I imagine you might be getting pretty hungry. When in London, you should dine as the Londoners, with their fish and chips, pie and mash, and enjoy an afternoon cup of tea, and check out their cool loo pubs where public washrooms have been converted into hip pubs. If you're looking for some cheap eats, there's another entry in the Experience Transat blog for you to check out at the link below. Also, if you want a more local experience, I suggest you check out the website VisEat, where you can actually dine with a local. They will make you dinner and you can enjoy the night with them. As for safety, there are currently no travel advisories for the UK. As London is a big city, I recommend you just exercise general safety precautions. One thing I recommend to any Canadian traveling anywhere is to register with the Canadian government as a Canadian traveling abroad, or check out the local tourism board's safety tips. With the registration of Canadian abroads, government officials can contact you and provide you updating information in case there's an emergency or what to do during an emergency. And they also let you know if anything has changed in the safety of the place that you're visiting in. Some travelers may be hesitant about traveling to Europe due to recent events, but in my opinion, just keep calm and travel on. I would also like to share some advantages of traveling with Transat. We offer numerous tours and excursions, making travel easy and hassle-free at a great price, as I've highlighted earlier in my presentation. We also offer packages that can be found online or in brochure, depending on what your interest is. One of my favorite features is our hotel ranking system. We have a standard in which we rank all our hotels and all our destinations, so clients can easily tell what each property offers. We also include TripAdvisor ratings in our brochure and real-time ratings on our website, so you can see what others are saying and make an informed decision. We have the Family Club and Kids Club to make traveling easy for families and have great in-flight services for everyone. We offer Option Plus for extra privileges in economy class, such as seat selection and priority boarding. And for those seeking luxury, we offer amazing perks such as generous baggage allowance and gourmet meals with our club class. Another favorite feature of mine is our Option Flex. Life doesn't always go according to plan, so you can enjoy flexibility and total peace of mind for only $89. You can change your departure date, you can transfer your vacation package to a friend or family member, or you can cancel your trip and obtain a full refund. So now that you're ready to go, you can book online in the comfort of your home on our website. You can call us because we're here for you 24/7. You can visit one of our agencies. You can find a Transat agency near you at the link below, or you can book it with your local agent. So now I'd like to move on to why I make a fantastic Baxter Student Ambassador. So I am half Polish, half Mexican, born and raised in Canada. My three passions are travel, music, and languages. I've traveled to Mexico and Poland to visit family multiple times. I've traveled to Germany, Honduras, Italy, Paris, and London with my family, Spain once with my family, and recently with Humber College. And I've also traveled to South Korea with my best friend 2 years ago. I grew up learning lots of different instruments because I wanted to try a bit of everything. But to me, music is another medium of traveling. I like to listen to music from lots of different parts of the world. When I'm not traveling physically or musically, I like to travel linguistically. So multilingualism was an idea instilled in me at a young age, and thanks to both my parents come from different parts of the world. And so far, although I wouldn't say I'm fluent in all of them, I can speak 5 languages. A surprising fact for most people is that Korean is more of a second language to me than Spanish, even though that's what I grew up with. And I recently competed in a speech contest hosted by the University of Toronto, and I won third place in the advanced category. I would like to do a little excerpt from my speech, and I have translated in English for you to read along. Here it is. 한국으로 여행해야 하는 마지막 이유는 바로 사람입니다. 교통 시스템이 잘 되어 있고 음식도 아직까지 꿈에 나타날 정도로 맛있었는데 한국을 여행하면서 제일 인상이 깊었던 점은 한국인들과 만나는 것이었습니다. 제주도에서 머무르던 게스트하우스 사장님들과 이야기를 나누며 친해지고 부산에서 온라인 랭귀지 익스체인지 사이트에서만 연락한 친구를 처음으로 직접 만나봤습니다. 전주에서 저를 딸처럼 대해주셨던 친구의 가족과 시간을 보내고 광주에서 저 만난 사람들과 노래방 가서 목이 터지게 노래를 불렀습니다. 한국인들과 만나면서 아주 뜻깊은 시간을 보내고 평생 잊지 못할 추억을 만들 수 있었습니다. So 2 years ago when I traveled to South Korea, that trip actually made me decide to study tourism. Although I've been traveling all my life, a career in the tourism industry never occurred to me as a possibility. I realized that travel has the power to change people, when I was traveling through Korea, and I wanted other people to experience what the world has to offer and how travel can change them as a person. Here at Humber College, I've become aware of the need for tourism to be sustainable. I'm always looking for ways to become more sustainable, both personally and professionally. The pictures here that you see on the screen are from our trip planning class's trip to Barcelona. This is a class where the students get to choose a destination, plan the itinerary, and then actually go and execute the itinerary. And it was an amazing experience. We met a lot of amazing people on our trip. And currently at my work, I have the power to have an impact on the future generations through the itinerary I design. And this is probably the best and my most favorite part of my job. So at this time, I would like to thank you for your attention, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thanks very much, Larissa. Okay, yeah, there are a couple questions in the chat box here that I can read out. Actually, these are from the Q&A box.
Okay.
So the first one is, what would you recommend to someone who wants to visit London off the beaten track?
So there are a lot of actually walking tours that are done by local people. Like you can do a pub crawl with local Londoners, and they'll take you to all the places that aren't published on your typical travel guide. I would definitely try to seek as much as a local experience as possible, because that's where you get to know what really London is like. And even stopping someone on the street and asking them where's their favorite place to go, I think that would be the best way to see London off the beaten tracks.
Oh, sounds good. And the next question is, why would you recommend Transat for traveling to London versus other airlines or travel companies?
Well, I think it's really highlighted throughout my presentation with all the day tours and the day trips that they provide. The pricing is the best. The flight also, it's pretty competitive pricing, and it's pretty they offer a more intimate experience, I think. And instead of I think that they are able to encompass a lot of the really trademarks of London with what they offer.
Okay. And would you recommend traveling to London with children? And if so, any special things to do with kids and families?
I think London is an excellent destination for families. There are a lot of cool museums, like the Wax Museum, Madame Tussauds. They have a lot of really cool exhibits there. I personally traveled there with my family when I was, I believe, 13, on the peak of becoming a teenager, and there are a lot of really awesome activities to do. Even just the regular trademark museums are really awesome, and every time you go to an attraction, they have activities specifically for children. So I think anywhere you go, you'll always have a great time with your family. Okay, great.
And how do you think it's possible to make tourism more sustainable?
This is my favorite question. I think we need to be more smarter with how we are traveling. It's every aspect of the tourism industry is responsible for how much impact we have on the earth and on the people, on the local community as well. And it's a little bit hard for example, airlines to reduce their emissions on the earth, as well as for cruise lines to reduce their emissions. But I think when we're in destination, we should do as much as possible to make sure that the people are involved with it. Instead of focusing all our efforts on tourists, we should also try to include the local community as well. And just trying to stay at places that are sustainable as well, and it's really important to include local people, even doing tours with local people, or it's just really important to include the local community in tourism, and I feel like we should be doing more collaborations together.
Couldn't agree more. And it looks like there is one more question here in the Q&A box. Can I combine a Transat land stay in London with one of their European cruises?
I do believe that they have, let's see, for London, I do believe that they do have cruises that, there are options for you to do that. They also have tours where you can, if you're coming from different parts of Europe, you can add London into that. So it's definitely an option. Yep.
Okay, excellent. And we'll just give it another 30 seconds or so just to make sure people are done asking questions.
Sure.
Yeah, and I'm just keeping an eye on the chat box and also the Q&A box here. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. I'd like to thank everyone for attending today. Thanks for attending the webinar. And Larissa, thanks so much for your great presentation.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so you have a great day, and we'll be in touch.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.